How about the Eagles, baby? So, we love Saquon Barkley. We love A.J. Brown. Dallas Goedert, you had a great catch. Grant Calcaterra, you are the unsung hero of this game for that fumble recovery. I know a lot of people are going to be grilling Jalen Hurts for his subpar play today. He turned it up in the second half, no matter what you guys want to say. I'm going to really look at the offensive minds on this team, Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore, the play caller, because there were a lot of moments where this team felt like they were going somewhere and then something stalled the offense. That trick play was probably one of the worst play calls I think I've seen in Philly sports history. Worst time, worst execution, and it knocked us out of making an easy field goal attempt, made it harder. And Jake Elliott, bro, I'm sorry, but you need to sort something out, because you left points on the board for us today when our offense was struggling but had us in field goal range, and you were not up to the task. We could have had 30 plus points today if the offense played a little bit better and if Jake Elliott was able to make kicks. Another topic that I want to talk about, because I was getting flashes and PTSD visions of 2022, November 14th, Devontae Smith's birthday, Monday Night Football against these Commanders at the Link. This referee crew might have been the most favored to Washington I've ever seen, the most biased, the worst crew I think I've ever seen, ever, truly. The no call on Devontae Smith's face mask, and then the clear, blatant phantom PI call on Cooper DeJean that had Al Michaels and his crew, including the referee, both of those plays, shaking their heads and saying that's not enough to warrant a flag, but they called it, and it led to Commanders points. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but this referee crew is probably one of the worst I've seen, and this was one of the worst reffed games I've seen in a very, very long time. And I know that coming from an Eagles fan, a lot of people might not care to hear that, but at the end of the day, this ruins a lot of games everywhere across the league. You know, it's not just here, and it's on primetime. NFL memes were making memes on the spot after some of these no calls were happening, after some of these really iffy, ticky-tacky calls were being made, and it just looks horrible. Knowing that the NFL has the ability to get into the ear of the referee on an incompletion or any little thing, like if this was a first down or not, or if that pass was caught or not, or if that fumble was recovered or not, they can get in there, whether it be in the review or quickly using their replay ability. But on penalties, they are not reviewable. Both no calls, and like picked up flags, and ones that are called. It makes no sense. But regardless of all that, regardless of the offensive play calling, regardless of Jalen Hurts looking really, really rough, and hopefully he's okay, because he got hit a lot in that first half and didn't look too great. He came back and played pretty well in the second half. No turnovers by the Eagles offense. One interception. Freaking Reed Blankenship is the man. But at the end of the day, Saquon Barkley and this defense alone, once the offensive line started to figure itself out in that fourth quarter and open things up, Saquon Barkley took full control. And then the defense, my God, does it feel so amazing to have a group of players that this offense, when they have a bad game, can point them out and say, hey, don't you worry, we got you. And almost all the time, they've got us. Critical third and fourth down stops, forcing turnovers, generating pressure on a guy that can run around and make you miss and make you pay for it with his legs and his arm, completely shutting out Scary Terry. One completion on the entire night. The only real threat was Austin Eckler in the first quarter and Zach Ertz in the fourth quarter. That was it. And then when the offense started to finally win up front in the fourth quarter, Saquon Barkley just took over the game with those two touchdowns, 146 yards. Kenny G had some really great runs. Jalen Hurts making some really great plays on 3rd and 8, extending to get a first down. Like, this team, no matter what the issues may be, no matter what the adversity is, be it the refs, be it play calling, be it turnovers, execution malfunctions, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to say, they are finding ways to make it happen when it matters most, whether it's Hurts with his legs or his arm. Saquon Barkley running like a menace. That defense making turnovers, fourth down conversion stops, sacking the quarterback. They're getting it done, and they're winning in ways that we haven't seen them win before. And last year does not equate to this team whatsoever. This is a very different team. The mentality is different. The aggression is there. They are not holding back, and they look, all of them, they look hungry. Even when they look ugly and they're not performing well, be it on defense or on the offense, they are not rolling over. They are not being the sorry 2023 Eagles. They are not being the 2020 Eagles, the 2015 Eagles. They're not being that sorry. They are hungry, and they are winning football games up front and punching you in the mouth and hitting that knockout KO punch. And it's been such a blast watching this defense. I know the offense didn't have that great of a game, but they can't always have a great game. The Bills got blown out by the Ravens not too long ago, 31-10, 35-10. Bad games happen. They're still one of the best teams in the league. We are very overly critical, but it is our team, and we can and should be critical no matter what. But this team is still very much poised for a run, with the main threat being up there in Detroit, and I'm okay with that. I'm more than happy with where this team is and how they're looking, because at the end of the day, they're not turning the ball over. Yeah, the kicking game was not great, and the offense looked really rough in the first half, but they cleaned up their act. The defense made plays, and they took over the game in the fourth quarter when it mattered most, and that's all that matters. And we are now 3-0 in the division. That's big. 1.5 games ahead of the Washington Commanders. That's big. And no matter what you say, this team, they're going places. They're going places. Let me know how you guys feel. Enjoy this win. We get that little mini bye for 10 days. And we're on the road for another primetime game against the Los Angeles Rams. Should be a fun one. Let's enjoy this one, though. We have a whole Sunday slate to get through. And, of course, the Houston Texans beating the crap out of Dallas on Monday Night Football. So, should be a fun time. Fly was fly, and I'll see you all later.